getting this started. Sorry if you are here and just seeing a bunch of nothing. I am working on it. It'll be ready to go soon. Just trying to get organized, mostly. Okay, so that is good, I think. Yeah, cool, perfect. We're not gonna start there. Hold on. Let's see, gotta get Edge for my browser, so that way you guys don't see all of my Chrome stuff. I'm just trying to organize my windows and stuff right now, because everything is a little bit of everywhere. Unfortunately, I can't have music because we're going to try to edit this later, so you're just gonna have to hear my dulcet tones as I speak about things. Weird, Photoshop is not wanting to be the correct size, which is fine. Let me close all of the unnecessary windows, because there are a lot of them. I'm going to be alt-tabbing back and forth a lot, so I want to make sure that you're not seeing too much garbage and not too much is in the way. I'm also going to make myself a blank file template real quick. I guess I can just work off of the one that comes in the thing. So, gonna do an audio test real quick just so I can hear it. There we go. Let's see, let's put out a fancy tweet real quick, and then I will be ready to go with all of this jazz. Hello and welcome to everybody that is here. No, it still has the pop-up thing. That's great. That's great and wonderful and terrible. Man, not having any audio is gonna drive me a little crazy, but we're just gonna have to deal with that. I can close Chrome. Got all the OBS stuff, Notepad, Photoshop, and Steam. Okay, cool. Yeah. Let's get started. Hello and welcome. My name is Fred Wood. I made a game called Love, and then Love 2 Kuso, and then Love 3, and some other stuff. But today we're going to talk about Love 3. I am going to go ahead and make an entire custom level from scratch, because Love 3 now has the ability to import custom levels. In the past, the way that you would make custom levels for Love and very briefly for Kuso, you would just make an image in MS Paint, and then you'd load that in. Poggers indeed. You'd load that in, and that would just be your level geometry, and you could do animated GIFs and stuff to make it a little more fancy. But now you can do all sorts of object placement from everything from the game. But the way you have to do that is a little obnoxious, because it all has to be done in your note editor of choice. But enough talking about the process. I guess I should just start the process. And I've only made one full custom level in this, but you know, we can experiment together. I've got the documentation open. I've been working on this off and on for a little bit, but if you go to mokusai.studio/love3custom, it will automatically take you to this. Really, I do need to just get around to getting a custom domain. But the cool thing is that if you go to mod.io/g/love3, man, a lot of long domains, you can see other levels that people have created. Charbunny just made this awesome holiday tree. Excuse me. Holiday tree, and then Bun had made this this remix of one of the first levels that I had been working on. So it's really cool to get to see other people make stuff in a game that I worked on, so that way I can play the game new and have a fun, fresh time. So to get started, we gotta set up the config.json. That is the file that tells the game, okay, hey, this is what is going to make the level. And the way that we're gonna do that is by copying one of the existing ones that the game comes with. That's what I would recommend, just because it's already pre-set up. So I'm gonna work with the Steam version of the game. The Epic version has not been updated to have Love 3 custom support yet. It will. And the itch.io version does have Love 3 custom support, so you can just grab it from itch or from Steam, and that'll work. So first thing to do is find your Love 3 install location. My way of doing that is just right-clicking, manage, browse local files, and then that will pop up a window that is where it is. So your custom folder is where levels will be stored. I've got a bunch of other random ones. I think Round and Rounded is still the default one, so I'm going to copy that and paste it. And we're going to call this stream level, just for simplicity's sake. I'm going to delete both of these because I don't need them, but we're going to set up... Actually, you know what? I want solid. Solid is good. Solid's a good place to start with, so we'll keep solid. We're going to edit this in Notepad. I like Notepad++ because it makes everything all pretty. But call this stream level. I'm going to set song to -1 so that way it doesn't play anything right now. But you can set it to any of the files in the game, or you can include your own MP3 or OGG file. I don't think it has FLAC support. That'd be nice if it did. And so for this, I'm going to just write blank. Here's where you would set up your room width and your room height, just how big and how wide and how tall your level is. This is the location that the player starts at. This is where the location of the goal is. This might be removed in future versions of the thing, so that way you can just create your own goal object, but that's what we're doing for now. And level color will automatically make everything that's not black or white, whatever this hex color is. This is also optional, and I'm going to delete it for now. Now, I've deleted the last thing in this JSON list, which means I've got a trailing comma. It might be fine, but most of the time you want to make sure that thing's gone. The last entry should not have a comma on it, as you can see on all these other ones. I've already got the setup for the solid.ping file here, but we want to make sure that we use the directory here, where it says stream level, you want to make sure that that is the directory that we're pointing it to. So it's relative to the location of your Love3 install file. So you go Love3, then custom, stream level, solid.ping. That's the file we got. We're going to do a static image for this, so it just has one frame of animation. I'll go ahead and make some sort of quick sprite that uses multiple frames just so I can show that off, but that's how we want to leave it for now. Origin X and origin Y, if it's 0, 0, that's the X and Y coordinate of the sprite. So let's do like, nope, 20, 20, boom. So an origin of 0, 0 is being up here. It's the 0, 0 mark. If we wanted it to be center, like the center of the sprite for the origin point, you'd want it to be, what is that, 10, 10. And the origin point is where the object is referenced. So if the object rotates, here, I'll do it this way. Oops. Okay. So if the origin point is up in the top left, then when it rotates, it's going to rotate like that. But if we have it in the center or off center, it'll rotate there. That's just the way the game maker works. So keep that in mind. Let's see. We're going to get rid of end death for now because we're not using that in this one, which is fine. And again, remove that extra comma or else it'll crash the game sometimes. So it's just one of the fun quirks of JSON files. But JSON files are incredibly powerful, so that's what we're using. I'm going to go ahead and also delete every single object in this that isn't the first one. And again, make sure that comma is gone. So we're going to use a P solid. Let's see, maybe I can pull up the documentation real fast, but object list. So your P solid is the parent solid object. It's used for creating level geometry. This is the thing that if it exists, the player will stand on top of it or get pushed out of it. And that is the building block for all levels. We're going to set an image speed of 0 here because it's not going to be animated. If you are going to do a decimal value, you do have to have a leading 0 on it. So if you wanted it to be 0.25, which is, let's see, that means a frame or one frame of animation every 4 frames of game animation. You would want it to be 0.25. So, and then you've got your image scale. We're not going to mess with those either because we're not going to stretch or skew any of the level assets. And we're also not going to change the image angle of it. So we don't need any of those for this, which is great. So now we have, let's go over it just from the top. So you get your level settings, your level name, the author, etc., 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 etc. All pretty straightforward. I didn't mention, but the song name is what shows up in the pause screen. Just it's an optional thing, but it's nice. You've got your level custom sprites. This is what you'll set up for all of the objects that you're creating. If you're doing original artwork for your level, you want it to be in this section. So any images that the level is going to use, you define here. Okay, so I did skip a couple things, but your tag is what you're going to call it. And so the tag here is referenced in the sprite index down here. The B box is the bounding box. I've got documentation available on this. Where is it? Sprite variables. Your whole B box setup. It is what GameMaker uses for whether or not to make things precise. So it's checking collision pixel by pixel, or if it's like a circle or a diamond or whatever. Listen, most of the time, you're really just going to want to leave this completely alone. You're not going to want to touch it. And because we're not trying to optimize things, because we're working on a game that is running at 240 pixels by 136 pixels. So we can handle really precise precision on a whole bunch of objects for the bounding box of the character. Some people might yell at me, but we're just going to leave it as precise because that makes this process much easier for me and for you. So that's sprites. Sorry, got on a tangent there. And then the last thing is level objects. This is the place where you kind of spend the most of your time while making the level, because each one of these entries here is going to be one of the objects in the level. So we currently have, let's see, let's open this up in Photoshop. Also, I want to do remove back. Hey, Gusky, welcome. Gosh, what is the thing for remove background? Well, I can't remember off the top of my head. So let's make sure to go to the Love 3 custom documentation. And oh, there it is. Remove back. Remove back will take the bottom left pixel of your level's artwork, which, and it will take that color and remove it. So in this case, because of the way that the image is formatted, it would think that the bottom left pixel here, which is the level color, is transparent. And so it would delete all of that, which is not what we want. So what I would recommend for situations like this, make the level 1 extra pixel tall. So now it's empty. And I'm going to, just because it's easier for me to work with in Photoshop, I'm going to enter a black background for everything. And so again, it makes that 1 pixel correct. And because I always worry about stuff like this, I'm just going to go ahead and make that bottom left pixel black. There, it's fine. Cool. And we're not gonna use this geometry anyways for the level. We're gonna start from scratch, but I just want to show that it is possible to do. So let's go back up here, remove back, set that to 1, which means true. It will remove the background color, and then hit Control S, and we're actually good to start here. So I'm gonna open up the Steam version of the game just real quick, and then that will, you know, start the game as normal. As long as you have a single custom level in your folder, you will see this left custom folder, and by default it comes with, I think, 1 or 2 levels. It comes with 2 levels, so you'll see the list of all of them there. And so if you've got a particularly long one, it'll go like that too. I'm also going to lower the sound settings because it is so loud in my ear. I mean, yeah, we'll do 5% because that'll save my ears. Love custom, and then stream level. There's the level that we created. Oh, sorry. One other important thing. When you are at this menu, you can hit Control, Shift, and E, and it will enable editor mode. Editor mode allows you to do some fun debug stuff, which is good for quick testing. And then also every time you start the game, now it will automatically open up this menu here. So if I Alt F4 the game here, wait for it to stop on Steam, hit play, it automatically starts up here. It won't automatically load up the level that you've got listed, but you know, there's something. So stream level, boom. Hey, there's the level we made. When editor mode is enabled, you can do things like left click and drop the player wherever you want. This is great for quickly testing whatever you want. This is how I did debug throughout the entire game to make things easier, and then to make sure that you can make the jumps and not have to play through each level 100 times to get to this point to make sure that there's the right amount of space between these 2 spots. There's a couple of other functions. If you middle click, oh yeah, there you go. If you middle click, it will enable this debug draw mode. And whenever you hover over an object, you've got like a very small pixel here. Sorry. You can see what objects it is interacting with. Sound should not be shown up there, but we're going to just kind of not worry about that. And Muse is also not supposed to show up there. It's fine. So your solid object there, we know that this is a p-solid object. This is the object that we created and added this sprite to. And I will show you changing the sprite in just 1 second. And then you can see there's your player and your respawn point. All right. So when editor mode is enabled, you can also change things on the fly. So let's go back to Photoshop. And we know our character's here. So I'm going to delete everything except for this spot here. And let's go with some cool color, and I'm colorblind, so you know, we'll just deal with those repercussions. And no, that's terrible. That's not good. I didn't do a good job there. I'm sorry. Color is hard. There we go. Let's kind of like that. And maybe adjust the saturation. Yeah. Okay. And so now I'm just gonna hit Control S to save, and it says that I saved the thing there. Then go back here and hit Control R, and boom, we've imported our level geometry. That's it. And so now you've made your first level. We're done. Not at all. We're not even close to done. So now that we know, let's see. Let's make sure that we set up the player start. So Control S to save, Control R to refresh. And we want the character to start. My rule of thumb is always to have 5.8 start 1 pixel from the edge of the screen, and to see where that X and Y location is. We know that we can hit middle click 3 or mouse click 3, whatever, and your location is 4 and 38. X equals 4, Y equals 38. So now we go back to our notepad file. We want to set that to 4 and 38. I guess before it was set to 3 and 38. Oh no, did I not follow my own rules? Oh geez, hot beans. Okay, and then you can press Control Shift R to restart the level proper where the player is supposed to be. So if I set my checkpoint there, Control Shift R sends it all the way back there. Cool. So there's the first part. Now this tool is so much better than what I was working with before, because I had to import assets into GameMaker every time I wanted to do it. So it's like, okay, cool. Now let's just put in a platform there, then pop back into the game. Oh, haha. Oh, there's no way you can make that jump. So now that is a tight jump. That's a tight jump. So we want to be more generous to our players. There we go. Perfect. So there's just level geometry. It's great. I love it. It's so easy to use. And then from here, you go ahead and like make your level. Like boom, boom. These jumps are definitely going to be too far, right? Oh no. 5.8 can do it. 5.8 can do it. Red can't. Boom. There we go. Now, a level that's just careful jumps is pretty boring, so we want to be able to make objects. And we're going to make objects the same way that we started, which is over here you've got your P solid, your X, your Y, etc., etc. Now, you can create your own custom sprite, which I highly recommend. If you want to make something that is very much your own, you want to create your own death sprites, your own bounce sprites, all that stuff. But if you don't feel like doing that, which I think a lot of people probably won't, you can go back to this documentation like I had talked about. You can go return to home, and there are these really funky object lists. Things will get more organized. This documentation will hopefully look more cleaned up than it currently is. But go to your object list. This will tell you what all of the different parent objects, the things that are used over and over in levels. So if you want to make a death object, well, we'll come back to that. There's your death object and your solid object, your water object, etc. These will all have different things, and it'll describe what they do here. But there's also fun custom objects that you can do a bit of scripting with, but we might deal with that a little bit later. For now, let's just go and steal an object from a previous level, so these links are all broken right now. I'm sorry, I'll fix it. But it's every object in every level and their locations and all of their data. So here we've got, let's see, the breakable solids in level 3, level 13. Also, the documentation for this was done by Wibi, I'm not sure, WIBI. They went through and wrote all of this down, and it's fantastic. A bunch of things don't work by themselves, so let's start by doing a down bouncer. No, that's probably not fun. Yeah, okay, 24 death bar. Let's see what that does in the game. So normally you would want to come in here and do like, okay, type in quotations with a colon there, then in quotations the name of the object, then the X equals, let's call it like 40, Y 40, just for the sake of getting it in. And then make sure there's a comma there, or else it will freak out. Go back to the game. Control-Shift-R. There we go. Now it's there. Cool. That's not in the right position. And I can't just click and drag it out because that would require coding a whole editor in here. Something that I would like to do in the future. So instead of doing this here, let's delete this temporarily. Let's instead, sorry, just gotta copy that to the clipboard again, and do Control-I. Control-I will allow you to create an object wherever you want, wherever the cursor is, which unfortunately I can't point at on the screen, and it will create one there. Hooray! That's not where we want it to be. Where we want it to be is more like here. There you go. That's actually pretty good. And then to find the proper X and Y location, that's 107.51. And now, when it builds the level, it will be there. That is a mean jump, where it's like, oh, look how much space you have to jump. But you do have to make sure that you jump exactly right. And actually, because I like duplicating things and making them a little fancy, we're going to move it over by 2 and move it down by like 4, so 55, I think. Yeah, well, I think I know who this is, but yes, Steam Workshop support is something that is in the plans, but for now, I'm just working on Mod.io support because that is cross-platform supported. I want to make sure everybody's taken care of, so going to put one right above it. And so all that this object is a pdef that has an animation tied to it. This is a preset, basically. Let's see, 45. There we go. But we'll do 46. There you go. Now it looks kind of more like a standard level where there's just some artisticness to it. Artisticness is not the right phrase. Let's see. It's that second platform, so let's do... I should have done some sort of thing on screen to show my keyboard shortcuts as I'm going. Yeah, kind of like that there, so... no, I'm just drinking coffee. I'm tired, so that's probably why my voice is so gravelly. Coffee. Let's see. And so there's the start. Let's see. Now let's go grab another object from the game. There's up bouncers. Up bouncers are... Let's see. Up. Bouncer up, maybe? No, okay, fine. What is the bouncer object? Oh, I think I'm missing the full object list. The full object list is on the homepage. Full sprite object list. Object list. There we go. Up bounce. Yes, there we go. Up bouncer. So this is just a loose, sloppy list of every single object in the game. So you can just kind of randomly grab some of these. And let's see. Yeah, you can just toss one of them in there. And that's not really the best tool for that, so let's not do that. Up bouncer. Let's set an up bouncer here. And change the geometry here to like over here instead. Oh, right. Need to make the that object actually exist. So I know that it would be about there. Perfect. And that's at 199.87. Okay, cool. Now it's where it's supposed to be. But I want to make it so that way the player has to jump a little further. So now let's do 20. Okay, that's good, but I want it further, even further. So there we go. Boom. Okay. Now, one of my favorite objects is the crusher from one of the other love levels. I need to figure out where that one is. I know that I've got it written in my object sets, and so here's that example. Yeah. No, not moving plat. Sorry, it's this one. No? Weird. This is not the correct code here, I think. Can you make a cat face purely out of Love 3 objects with up bouncers as ears? Yeah, of course. Of course that's possible. But I'm not gonna do that right now. That is not in the process, not in the plan for today. I am very tired. I slept very poorly last night. Let's see. Yeah, what is that Smasher object? Okay, let's just go back. I'm sure that it's called Smasher, right? Yeah, level 20 Smasher. So, yeah, boom, there we go. That's one of my favorite objects. So what I'm going to do is be mean. I'm going to put that thing here and flip it upside down. So whoop, not the character there. The Samsher. 22796. That is not going to be the correct location, but we're going to stick it there. So, we're going to do type pdef. We're going to give us the x and y value. I'll tell you, the bane of my existence is having to put commas at the end of stuff. I'm spoiled by GameMaker just letting me get away with stuff. I'm going to do image angle of 90, no, 180 to flip it over. Sprite index of, and I think it's just Sprite level 20 Smasher. And we're going to see how that works, and maybe it'll crash the game. We'll find out. Ah, it didn't crash. That was all correct. Hell yes. This is working out all right. I'm also going to make this slower to 0.5, comma. There you go. This is not the best way to use this object, but I like that it will work for making this less insanely difficult for players. I'm going to move this over by like 10, maybe by another 6 or by another 4. Now let's do 240 total. Yes. Oh, that's perfectly lined up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I hope you do make some custom levels for Love 3. That is very much the point. There you go. Cool. So now you have to time your jump to make sure that it doesn't get smashed. Now, if I was really mean, I'd set the speed to 1. But this allows you to, like, really time out what you want to do. Let's see. So that way you have to... Oh, no. What happened there? That's not right. So that way you have to properly time your jump. Let's see. Nope. We're suck. Suck terribly is also a pretty good strategy. There you go. There's a mean way to reuse objects and then do cool stuff. And then let's maybe add like a couple orbs. Fred's bane of existence is making a level editor easier usable with a gamepad only to pass QA. Nah, you know what? I'm a level editor where you can't do your own custom sprites and stuff doesn't seem worthwhile to me. Like, only using the building blocks in the game does not sound fun to me. I think you just end up with a lot of objects that kind of look the same, and I don't think that'd be much fun. Let's see. So I want to create... actually, now that I think about it, that'll probably look phallic if I add orbs to the side of that, so I'm not going to. Cool. So this is not an exciting level currently, but it is functional. It is killing me, which is the point, right? Now let's see what else I can steal from previous levels, because that's really the fun ticket here, is being able to do whatever you want with the objects that already exist. So what's dish death? I don't even know what that is. No, that thing sucks, so we're not doing that. Endless solid? Oh, never mind. That's just for playing through that in endless mode. That's not a terribly exciting level object. Okay, yeah, that could be fun. Have that be something the player has to run through. Let's make that longer. Cool. Level 25 fan. It's the level 2 fan, but being reused for this. Let's see. And so a good way to use this would be, let's set it at 299.71, 298.71. Okay, going to just take this. And I've already forgotten the number that I said, so let's do 297.77. See what happens. 777. Image angle is 90. Okay, that needs to be moved down significantly. Let's do like 100. Hey. Get out of my channel. How do I even do that? Can't seem to moderate my own channel. That's not good. There we go. Oh no. There we go. That might do it. Oh well, it's on there forever. I don't have it set up in OBS. Oh hey. Yeah, I'm not using OBS for chat management, unfortunately. Oh well. Let's hope that we don't deal with any other bots. Can I mod other people? No. I can mod. This is so dumb. This is such a waste of time. Restrict this person. Such a silly problem to run into. My bad. Oopsie doopsie. Yeah, I'm just doing this. Hey May, things are going great. Look at how good this object is. Why does it even show the sword icon if I can't click on stuff? Okay, turn on shield mode. No, that's not what I want. This is so dumb. Show mod icons? Show mod icons. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Fuck that guy. He's out of here. Cool. back to the thing that I was doing. All right, so that fan object is clearly too far back, and we want things to draw over the level geometry. So I'm going to go back to the level geometry. I'm going to add depth to it. We're going to add a depth of like 20 to it because it doesn't need to be too far back. But there you go. Now it's behind the thing. Heck yeah. Hope you do, Killer Dragon. Take it easy. Okay. So going to move this down like another 5? Nope. No, just the 1. There you go. Boom. Perfect. Now it's all exactly lined up. And because I am really pixel perfect with too many things, there we go. Now it's actually exactly lined up. Yeah, I'm excited to run user-made levels. Okay. Is it possible to do this and bounce up top? No, it's not. Cool. So the players will not be able to get up top there. I guess just to be real pedantic about it, we'll do like that kind of thing. And cool. I just love being able to now quickly change level geometry on the fly. Okay, let's move back here. Now I'm going to move this back to like 292. Yeah, cool. All right. And I'm going to make another one. I wish I had this when I was making Cusco, or had known to offset things, but we're going to offset the image index. And we're going to set it to like 30. And so what that's going to do is I also have to move it over. Let's do like 302. That's probably not enough. No, that's definitely not enough. 320. There you go. And so you see it's like offset. I think maybe set it to like 60. No. Okay. How about 15? If I knew how many, there we go. Yeah. Now they are at different speeds, which is great. It's maybe not the most exciting mechanic, but I think that if you, oh, actually, I've got a fun way to do this. We're gonna do a right bouncer. Let's see, right bounce, yes. And we're gonna set it like 307.75. Is that right? Okay. My God. So right bouncer has preset H speed, I believe. So let's see. Cool. That's too high up. Let's move it down to 77. Nope, I was wrong. 76. And then let's move it over by 3. Yeah, that's a lot of fun, actually. This gives the player a second to line up the next one. Oh, what if I put one further back too? What if I was a total jerk? I'll do it at like 280. Too far. So for this, you have to time it up properly, and then hold back Yeah, a speedrunner could do this properly, but okay, dang. Okay, we'll move this up here to be partnered with that. Move this over to 330, add 10 to each of them. Yeah, that works great. Yeah, you have to like quickly hold left afterwards, which is maybe too cruel. So let's do 50 and then 40. And then extend the geometry further out. That's far too far. Cool. So this will send the player off the edge once they get past. Let's extend this out by this much. And then add that below. I'm now doing less tutorializing, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but now I'm having fun just creating a level, which is real fun for me. Okay, and then at that point, we want to set some sort of bouncer. So let's do up bouncer. Nope, that's not right. Object up bouncer. Oh, I need to set it further out. Okay. Even further out. Okay, let's do it here then. Okay, yeah, cool. That's very fun. And where did I put that? That's at 395.103. Cool. Now it sets it up properly. I'm curious to see. Okay, we're going to change a variable for the up bouncer, so that way it bounces you much higher. And that, yeah, I'm real excited to see what people do with this. Hopefully, people feel like doing stuff with this. I know that it can be kind of daunting since it's all scripting, but as you can see, like I'm just kind of plugging in these values and trying them out, and it's certainly no Super Mario Maker, Super Love Maker, haha, everybody's made the damn joke. But it's pretty easy to get started with. So, okay. So I'm going to mess with the external v-speed. It's a name that I gave to a variable, and that's unfortunate because it's nothing. It's definitely not external. But this controls how much vertical speed you apply to the object player. So we're going to change this to make it bounce a bit further. By default, I think it's -3, which means that it's setting your y value or your vertical speed to -3. And so instead, we're going to set this to like -5. You don't want to do too much crazier than that because it'll send you kind of flying forever. There you go. Yeah, that's definitely too much. So let's actually set it to -4. Oop. Yeah, there we go. And what I want to do is set a right bouncer at that position. That's 395, and we'll do like 20. See what that does. No, that's too high up. 30? Yeah, let's see if this works. I'm so bad at this game. Okay. That doesn't work. So one of the cool things you can do is set your checkpoint in the air by hitting Control R there. And so we're going to move this down to 30. Oh, we'll do 40 and see. Whoop. Not correct. Not correct, video game. And this one, we're going to set the external H speed, which is the horizontal speed, to like 4, which will send you really flying. Or should, at least. I don't know. Oh, it's because I didn't restart the stage, of course. It needs to be negative. Because I did this in a funky way. Sorry. What if I set it to 5? Will that be too crazy? I'm getting mixed up with my own keyboard shortcuts. If I set it to -6? Okay. Yeah. Dope. It's 1, 2, 3, 3 above. So let's do. See if that lines up. That might. No, that's probably 2. Okay. So now it needs to be further up. Yeah, we want to make it so that way you don't immediately fall off the edge. So let's give you a platform. Interesting that it pushes you into the wall like that. That's not good. Okay, so, but if I try to jump from here onto this and make that jump, oh, dang. That's definitely too close. Okay, let's see about making it there. So that way the players have to do it this way. Good, there we go. But that, yes, perfect. I'm pretty happy with that. And I can even remove this chunk here now. All right, so this level is very boring, but let's give it a try. That was fun. That's a good feel right there. I don't want to make the player have to time anything else out there, so we won't do that. But now let's make the level bigger. We'll do like 400. Cool. And then we have to go back to here and change the room height to 400. And then we could add like, gosh, I don't know. You can do all sorts of things. I'm just trying to think of like what would be fun to set up right now. Also, I think I want to move this up here. So that way it's just visually different. So let's find one thing that I do is it's at 105. So I go here, Control F 105, and then I know that it's one of these two. And I know it's this one because, wait, no, that's not right at all. Damn it. There we go. Fan. It's the second fan. Excuse me. And we'll set this to like 95. 85. Oh, there you go. Boom. And so that doesn't actually change much other than giving the player... It actually gives the player a little more leeway because your hitbox is smaller than if you're trying to... I guess if you're jumping here, you can... It's fairly balanced. It doesn't make much of a difference other than making it a little bit easier to get through that second part, which is probably more fun for people who are speedrunning this because you can just kind of... Whoops. You can just kind of time it out properly, which... Let's see. There we go. Cool. And let's make this that. So that way you have to actually go through that. Cool. This is a super boring level, but we're almost to the end point for me for now. And we'll build another object. Well, let's see. We'll call the end of the level down here. And obviously we're not just going to make the player jump down and do a complete death jump, or a complete blind leap of faith is the word I'm looking for. We'll create some platforms that the player has to jump over before going down. One thing I like to do for levels like this where you know that the screen is going to go off, I like to put a little extra level geometry underneath. That's definitely way too much. It should be like 10. There. And now, when the player does that super long jump, you see... Nope. Gotta put the player back up properly. Had to refresh the level asset. But yeah, you can see a little more level geometry underneath. It just makes the level feel more like a place rather than an image. Cool. And so we're going to set up some platforms. There you go. So now you can see what you're jumping to. Well, you can't on that one, so we need to make sure that this one is one higher. There you go. Now you can see it. Let's set this one up like... There you go. So some quick level geometry that you have to maneuver, and then we'll set up a couple of custom sprites. So let's see. We want it to be about this big. So that's a 12 by 12 sprite. I'm gonna use a sprite for this. I need to check one thing before I start it up. I'm sorry. So let me do this. Okay, never mind. It's all clear. Just making sure it doesn't show anything that it's not supposed to show. Set this up to be about 1080p. Maybe make it even smaller. There we go. and then new file. It's already got my 12 by 12 because I copied it over from the other thing. And I'm gonna want, I want a black background just for the sake of readability. And all right, what to do? I guess what we're gonna do is just like a simple orb thing, and make that the background, and then add a new layer that we do that kind of thing with. This is gonna be just the most basic object, but just that way we've got something, I don't know, not too funky. No, that's pretty bad. Okay, we're gonna be lazier about this. We're gonna just do where it fills up automatically, or we'll have it fill up vertically and then outwards. Why am I getting a bunch of texts now? Okay, and then we'll start it here. Boop. This is just decoration, basically. Okay, so these are all leftover. So this will just be like a dumb orb object that can kill you. Like just something that players will have to jump over. So we'll do the way the Game Maker imports sprites, and so the way that Love 3 Custom does is it'll read a strip, and so we'll tell it that this has 16 frames. Export sprite sheet, so that way it's a one horizontal sheet of all of the sprites. Want it to be an output sprite for sure. And boy, I just realized that that can't be shown. Sorry, hold on. No, okay, fine. This is all fine anyways, but I'm just gonna save it out for a second. On my own. Let's call it sprite orb. Export. Okay, we can go back to this. Sorry about that. No NDA is broken. That's good. And so this orb sprite sheet has 16 frames. I'm gonna name it that. So let's go back to here. This is our Steam level. Here's the sprite sheet that we created. I'm gonna take it into Photoshop and remove transparency from it, just because that'll make life easier for me. Cool. Saved that out. Okay, so we've got this sprite file. The way we want to import this is the same that we did this one up here. So let's copy and paste this. Add a comma here. Get the name of the sprite. It's that. It has 16 frames, as we know. And then that's actually done. That's already in there. So now what we want to do is create a pDeath, which is a death object. So whenever the player touches a death object, they die, as is to be expected. And we're going to give it the sprite index. Oh, I forgot to set up this CSPR death orb. Cool. And now this will do sprite index, sprite death orb, Control S. No H speed on that necessary. And then need to go back here. Well, we'll do like 483.67. 483.67. And sometimes things don't go as expected. Oh, it's because remove back is on. And it's not supposed to ever remove back. So that should be set to 0. Probably. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Cool. There. And now our neat object is here. And now you have to jump over it. Because if you don't, you die. And that's it. That's how you get it done. Is you bring in these kinds of fun things. Let's set it at 476.117. 476.117. And then set another one. Well, let's do that one first and then refresh. Yeah, that's definitely too high up. So 7 and then do like 27. And then yeah, that's good because it makes the player quickly get there if they want to be fast, but the speedrunners who've already learned the level can go on to the next one, which we will set here at 481.187. Was it 187 I said? I think. Nope. Oops. Let's go back and look at that. Where did I make a mistake? Oh, there's no comma. There's no comma, and that crashed the program. So it's worth knowing. And so we just have to boot the game back up. Thankfully, because editor mode is already enabled, look, we're back in. Good and fast and easy. And then you can just click anywhere on the screen to set your player. And we want to move this over, I think. Yeah, I think that'll make it harder. Left 3 pockets in the game. Thanks. Is this not possible? Well, this is why it's good to test, is because that makes it not possible. There, move it down 2, and real tight. So we're going to move it down 1 more just to make sure that we're not being total dicks. And then also, well, we need to move it over 1 because players can very easily just go through it that way. There you go, yeah. And then we can even move it up because we've given them a little tiny bit more leeway. Gonna do it even more because I'm a jerk sometimes. And then on these, just to make them not all have the exact same animation playing, we can do things like set image speed to -1, I think I can do that. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Now that one is going at a different rate. And we can do that on each one. So So that way they all look a little different despite being the same sprite, being reused multiple times. And then we can also do set the image index to something else so that way it's offset. Let's set that to like 4, and then set this one to 3. There. Now it really sets them all off, so they're not all in sync. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. And we want to make it. We want to set this one like here, 488, 248. That's not going to work, but we're going to give it a try. And I'm going to delete that just because it really complicates things. 486, 246. Okay, need to move it down. I still don't think you're going to be able to jump. Oh, you can. You can totally just jump over it. That's good, but you can't do that, so you do have to actually do that. Cool. Make the player do stuff, because if you don't make the player do stuff, then it's not fun. You have to actually do things in the game. And I'm giving it like a pixel space there just because it looks better, like a visual thing. I like visual stuff sometimes. And I think I might, just for the sake of rhythm for speedrunners, I'm gonna do the exact same trick here, and maybe make it a little tighter on the edge. So if I even just copy and paste this one and give it the same X coordinate but the different Y one, so 279. Nope, that's way off. It's because I did 79. And that's actually 78. There you go. And let's move it over to... I can maybe even move it over 3. And then put one here, so that way they actually have to maneuver over. And then put one up here to be a total dick. Yeah, okay, that's what we're gonna do. 477302. $477 302. That one is mostly cosmetic, right? Yeah. Also, I have my my opacity trail set up super far, just so that way I can have a long trail to see exactly the pathways. And then sometimes I like to take that into Photoshop and then lay out the thing from there. That might be just a little too complicated, but I don't know. Let's see. I can show you. So do that and then jump over. And then this is where I get real in the weeds, but 240 by 136 because that's the size of the screen. Then I can overlay that here. And then if I wanted to, I could set up like... Actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and do that just for the sake of doing it on the video. There we go. Remove that much. There we go. Let me just move that out of the way. Just while I'm doing this. And then... I've even got to do this instead. So, sorry, 1 second. We'll do that. Sprite, depth, save, and then back to it. Sorry. Just have to be careful about what I share because of NDAs. So sprite depth. There we go. Good. That works great. And we're going to put that into the thing by editing the file up top, just like before. God, these people are already firing off fireworks. It's so early. Got to level 15 in level 1? That's wild. That's hard in YOLO mode. I'm not a big fan of running YOLO mode. Okay, there's sprite death. This frames 1. Tag is smile death. Sorry for coughing almost directly into the microphone. Huge apologies to anybody in the wearing headphones. This is sprite smile death. This is where we want that. And then because we drew this in Photoshop, we can actually figure out exactly where this is. It is this sprite here. So it's 493312. You can see it up here when I hover over. So it's 493312, or at least it should be. It might be off by a pixel or two. Well, let's see. Load that right in. There we go. You love it. You love to see it. And then we can set our, oh gosh, I have to, it's easier to figure out in Photoshop sometimes, I guess. Let's see. Five, 6, 9, 3, 6, 1. And there you go. That is how you make a level. Now I'm going to tidy it up a little bit. One thing to do is to create death objects so that way players don't have to fall all the way down or kill themselves. Now there are a couple of tools in here. I don't remember what they are, so I have to pull up the documentation. I made these shortcuts before the Christmas break. Now the Christmas break is almost over. All right, editor mode. This is the Control-Shift-E thing I was talking about earlier. And then it has a bunch of different shortcuts. If you hold G, that will show you the entire, or it'll make a GIF. But Control-Shift-F is what I'm looking for here. So if you hold Control-Shift-F, this will show you the entire stage running at once. So this is great for taking a screenshot to see where stuff is. Let's see. Usually I like to finish the level geometry first and then create the death sprites. So let's do that real quick. Control F again to, oh, I guess it's Control F, not Control Shift F. That's silly of me. Whatever. I'll go back and fix that in the documentation. But let's make sure to delete these extra layers because they are not anything. I'm going to, let's see, that is 8 pixels tall. Are these all 8 pixels tall? No. Shift 1, 2. Shift 1, 2. If you hit Shift down, that goes down 10 pixels. Then up 2, that's 2 pixels. Cool. Now we know that that is all authentic. So you can also do whatever colors you want here. You can use black and white. You can force a color to make it all the same color. But I like to do like draw a little thing to make it a little more special. This is something that I could get bogged down in for hours because I have a lot of fun just doing these very simple geometric designs. Let's do that, and then make some sort of nice pattern there. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and add little pixels there because I like things to be all done. So look at that, boom, and then you go back to the game, and then there it is. Everything is all proper now. Yay! It's so nice to see that work so fast. It makes this entire thing so much faster. You guys have no idea. It makes me want to like make more levels for fun, which is great. I really love working on these games. Like the name of the game is only slightly a joke because like it's a labor of love, whatever. But like I really do genuinely love making levels for these games. And having these tools available and seeing other people get excited about making levels makes me want to keep doing it. So instead of making Love 4, I'll probably just make some custom levels because that's fun. Okay, so for these, they've got to be slightly different. I don't want this to be too visually noisy, so let's do like Love 3 episode 2. We'll see. I've got ideas, I've got thoughts, but I want to see people do stuff with the level editor first, and then see what more people need, like as far as custom tools and things, and then I will make stuff myself. Here we go. This is silly, but that works pretty well. And because they're spaced out evenly, I can just use Photoshop shortcuts. And actually, let's just do a whole bunch of them at once. It's always good when the person doing the stream just goes completely silent because they're just focused on what they're doing. Oops. There we go. No Love prequel. No, absolutely not. And that's the thing, right? Like the end of the game is the end. There's no more to the story. It's over. It's open to interpretation. I guess everything has been pretty open to interpretation through the story of this game being only told in the equivalent of the instruction manual, but yeah, I'm done. Oops. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish up the level geometry first, and then I'm gonna go in and draw the death region, since it's really just for players' comfort. Sometimes it's fun to just pull a little bit of garbage geometry, flip it, and see what it does, and oh boy, that actually looks cool. Just clean that up, and then it's done. Then give it some detail underneath, since it doesn't affect anything. Oh, but it needs to be pulled over one. That's okay, because that looks cool. Oops, forgot one. Yeah, what is that called? That psychological thing where you see faces and things that don't have faces? I always forget. Paradilia, thank you, Ted. Ted, you should go dig up the levels that you made for, or I've probably still got them, but the levels that you made for Love Custom back in like 2014, because we could just easily copy and paste them into this new editor, or this new method. And I know that there was some copyright infringement with your design before, and I'm less concerned about that at this point. Which is to say, don't do crime, kids. Make original levels. It wasn't a crime. You put the superintendent from Halo 3 ODST in the level you made. Oh, somehow that one got offset. That's not right. Weird. Okay. Gosh, this is the part that is not useful for anybody to watch, and I'm sorry. let me just quickly finish this up. Make sure anti-aliasing is off. Yeah, there's a number of mistakes here now that I see it. Hold on. The superintendent should be in every video game, I agree. But I don't have the rights to the superintendent, so we can't do that. On the website, or in the documentation, let's see. I do not have... Okay, there is a way to see every level in the... Here we go. I have a very absolutely garbage tool here. There we go. That's fixed. This will show you every single sprite in the entire game. Every frame of every sprite, so you can reference these. This is not a good, smart way of doing this, because as you can see, there's 2,302 entries per page, but then you get to the useful stuff like this, where you can see the original level layouts. So I could just like do this. I can just do a steal of my previous work. There we go. Contiguous. Then image paste into. I thought I'd fixed my damn, yeah. Oh, it's Control-Shift-Alt-V. Okay, cool. There. Now it looks more complicated without actually being complicated. But it's a great way to just remix old assets too. Let's just steal them. Feel free to steal any of the artwork from any of the previous stages to reuse in this game, because some of it looks really cool. Look, it looks almost intentional. let's see if okay, yeah, I don't have to continue this all the way down because no one will ever see that unless they intentionally try to. Let's copy that. Oh, right. Actually, this doesn't work at all because I forgot that the fans are here. Let's see. This is such a waste of time. I'm sorry I'm wasting everyone's time. Okay. There, the level geometry exists. It's good enough for the moment, and then I will create the depth stuff. But cool. Look at all that. Yeah. Then this area, it just needs the sprites there taken care of. So let's do... just kind of screen cap it, dump it in there. Then everything works out. And we will just create this area as blank. Now, hold on. We'll do this. 1, 2, 3. We'll dump that as black, or as solid first. And then black. No. White, then solid, then black. There you go. Now it looks a little more intentional there, and we'll do the same thing up there. There we go. So that'll work well. And then to keep the pattern of the fans going here, I'm gonna, let's see, can flatten that. This might look real funky, but we'll see. The nice thing is that once we plop this in, we'll be able to take another look at it in motion and then change anything we might want to. Oops. Can't just save it when there's multiple layers. There we go. Oh, it needs a couple more pixels up top. 1, 2. 1, 2. Needs one more pixel on each. But that does not look bad. Yeah. All right, cool. And it pretty clearly shows to the player where it's supposed to go. And then actually what I can do here is move all of this over by 1. Because these are not actually here anyways. And then close that off properly. Yeah, I think. Wait, no. That needs to be connected here and here. There you go. That is intentional looking now. And then we can do this up here. Flip it, and then that, move it down 1. There you go. I think that should work out now. Yes, cool. That looks correct now. Perfect. Yeah, you got to get it just right. This is such a short level. You see a portion of what goes into making a level, but if you want it to be long enough to hear more than 30 seconds of whatever the song is that you're playing, you got to make it a little longer than that. Because 22 seconds is real damn short. Okay, now we'll do the proper screenshot and see the full layout of it. Let's have this as a nice backup. And then let's take everything that isn't... Yeah, actually, let's do this. No, let's not do that. That's not good. We'll do that. And then we'll set up the death regions here. Jesus, there's so many fireworks going on right now. I feel so bad for my dog. And the geometry I'm going to do is just like... What am I doing? I don't need to make it that detailed. I always get so surprised when there's a new subscription. Hello and welcome and thank you for your subscription. I can't see it because I've got it turned off for the tutorials. Yeah, this works. Okay, so that's 16 by 16. It's not the best for this level's current layout, but it'll do the job. I don't like to just copy and paste this much stuff usually because it looks lazy. And admittedly, that's exactly what I'm being right now. But I could always go in and change things up later. And so what I'm creating here is another sprite that I'm going to use as the death object, but it's also going to be like an additional layer of level art. And then the only other place that it needs to be is like here. Let's see how many of these I can fit. Sure, this is funky, but it works. Okay. Cool. And so that way we don't have to ship a gigantic image. I'm just going to crop it down to this much of the level. And then everything that's not white, I'm just going to delete. Then I'm going to save that. And again, I have to bump out of there for a second just so you guys don't see the folders that are not supposed to be done. Oh, actually, no, it's fine. It's fine. It's all good now. And we'll do sprite decor death for this. And it doesn't need too much. Let's just go and copy this entry here. Decor death. And then we'll do decor death. Cool. And then we will do one entry where I can mostly copy this. And I know that it's at the top of the level, so just set that there. And then do this as decor. And then let's see about, there we go. Yeah, that looks real ugly, but it does the job for the moment. And that looks connected, which is nice. It's not just a floating object there. It would be nice to do something over in this region for the player to have something to look at, so it's not just like this weird corridor off to the right, or move the end of the level so that way this is centered. But even then, it could be a little funky for the camera moving left and right as you're trying to maneuver. But there it is. It's not much, but we've done it. It's a level. Now the thing to do is to select a color for it. So let's take the screenshot. Okay. So just to help visualize it, I'm going to select everything that is not white and not black, and then I'm going to take a color and drop that in here. That is hideous. We are not going with that. So let's adjust the hue. Ooh. No, I've done too many blue levels lately. But that looks pretty clean. Let's see. What about like the Famicom's red? Give me 1 sec to grab an image off screen. Or sorry, the Famicom Disk System. That's the color scheme I really like. Okay, go back to Photoshop real quick. Cool, there we go. Cool. So I just went ahead and grabbed this. Let's sample a color from here. So, ooh, what is that weird color? I like that. Filter, noise, median, and then bump it up. And there we go. Let's choose a color from here. I think this red might be too dark, but let's give it a try. Yeah, it's maybe a little too dark, but if I brighten it up, makes it a little pink. Yeah, you know what? I like that. I like that color for the level. So what we're going to do is find the hex color for it. I use Photoshop's color picker just to find it. And we're going to go back to this. And I'm pretty sure it's just called level color. So level color. And then in quotations that, and save. Nope, no trailing comma, no trailing comma. What are we doing here? And there, now the level is all one color. The only downside to it is if when you pause, it can't keep that that color going, so it's just drawing the pause screen on top of it with a black screen. I want to fix that later, but there you go. Let's see. Yeah, I feel pretty alright about this. It doesn't look bad. I want to see some people speedrunning this. That'd be fun. Let's try this again. Probably not as much fun for you guys to watch me speedrun. Not that it's been terribly fun watching me make a level either, but you know. Super love and a 16-bit aesthetic would be cool. Yeah. Be totally possible, except for, you know, 5/8's character it would still be just the white pixel boy. But there you go. That was a bad speedrun. I've seen less fun things. Great, thanks, Ted. Yeah, okay. So what do we call this level? You guys come up with a level title for me. I'm just a dog shit at my own game. 17 deaths. But it's great. Like, it has been so much fun seeing levels from other people too. Like this holiday level from Chart Bunny. And the nice thing about all of this is that I'm creatively bankrupt and I don't think that would make a good name. Nope, I don't think so. I don't think that's what I'm going with. holiday tree. And then this is just a recreation of the bonus level from Kuso, minus the licensed music, just because I didn't license it for this game. But you do get to do all sorts of cool stuff with the visuals if you want to. Here's just a straight recreation of Love Level 1, if you want to sample that. This is a super hard level based on the quick test level I had put together. It's nice. So one thing you can do is while you're in editor mode, do the middle click, and then you can see, oh, is this drawing off? No, it's drawing correctly. You can see what the objects are in any of people's custom levels. So like here's object ship creator. So every time you get in one of the ship creators or one of the ships, then it creates a ship, it comes back, spawns right where it was. This is object chain link. You have to set that up. Object orb. This is a pdeath that's just using a sprite. Like it's nice to be able to quickly see what other people have done and set up. This is just the meanest level. Let's turn on music. It's so loud in my ears if I turn it up past this. Sorry. And I think that's it. Yeah. So yeah, need a different level name for this. I guess just like... I don't know. It's just kind of an amalgamation of other level concepts that are just kind of just go right, maybe? Nah, because you go down. Mouth Passage is also a terrible name. How dare you? Mouth Passage is definitely what the dinosaur level should be called. Let's see. Oops. It's not possible to just keep bouncing yourself on these, unfortunately. Maybe I'll call it something trite like control, because you have to control yourself as you play through this level. I don't know. It's like round and round. What? Yeah, let's see. Round and round is just like this nothing level. Like for it to be called round and round is silly because it has very little to do with rounding and rounding. There we go. There are round objects, that is for sure. That has a leap of faith, but I sure hope that players have faith that I'm not going to just do something cruel to them. This one was a fun one. I think I put this together in about 3 hours, which was a fun change of pace. And then somebody found a frigid peak. Or no, well, this one's already done. Like, it already has a name. But I like, somebody pointed out, not this spot here, but if you do the jump just right, you could just jump over the level. Such cheaty BS. Okay, Yeah, also needs music. Yeah, Game Guy SD, of course, learned immediately how to break my new stage. I don't think there's a thing that you could really break here. Like, obviously, if you could jump over that, you could just jump over this portion of the stage. But there is no way to do that outside of editor mode. I'm going to call it Just Go For It. That's what I'm going to call it. And so because of that, I'm going to name these Go For It, Go For It, Go For It. And then I'm going to, that one too. Cool. Then we're going to rename the folder. And I have to close the JSON file. Gotta close that. No. Okay. What are we doing here? Why is this wrong? That's what this was. This was a small tutorial for making your own level. That's been the whole point. What happens if I change it now? I'm going to upload this to YouTube. Come on. Damn it. What did I name the folder already? Go For It was what I called it. Right. Already forgot. Okay. This is dumb. Gonna copy and paste Go For It. Gonna delete this folder? Nope, can't do that. Is it because ASprite is open? Probably not. It's nothing in Photoshop that's required holding on to it. Let's see. How about now? Nope. Jeez, that's frustrating. YouTube.com/that'smytrunks. Everything. Go to that'smytrunks.com and you can find everything. Yeah, I've been working in Photoshop for everything. Or Photoshop doesn't have anything open. I don't know. Let's close that. Let's just close everything. Dear Lord. Okay. Okay. Now, I guess it was Photoshop. It shouldn't have been Photoshop, but it was. All right. And now this is called Go For It. Yay! And it works. Okay. I wonder how much of the I'm going to log in separately. So you can't see me log into the thing. I mean, it's the Bandcast as well. But if you go to that'smytrunks.com, it'll link you to every single thing that I do. Or fredtwood.com. Right. mod.io/g/left3. If I log in here, also have to hide my bookmarks so that way you can't see all the like really illegal stuff that I have. I'm just kidding. Actually, there's nothing that you can't. Nope, there is one thing that would break NDA. So let me hide my bookmarks bar. That's not good. Okay. So this might look a little different for you when you load it up, but this is how you add a new level to Left 3 from this thing. Also, damn it, I didn't take a screenshot. I need to take a... yeah, I gotta take a screenshot of it. So let's do that real quick. Play. Open Photoshop again. Called Go For It. Crop this down. Remove this. Nope, damn it. Contiguous. There we go. Let's make it 1280 by 725. No, okay, that's fine. Whatever. We'll just do this. And then remove the cursor from my screenshot. All right. Now we're going to save this here. Wait, no. Go For It. Save that there. Left 3 mods. Add mod. Oh, I have to log in. Sorry, one sec. I thought I was already logged in. Okay, back to this. Cool. So upload image, which I've got the image already there. This is called go for it. This level was created live on stream. Homepage, I don't need all that. Live on stream, original, and we'll call it easy. And speeder and focused. Fill out your tags, and then you hit save, and then once you've saved this initial thing, then it allows you to upload your thing. So this is something that I think only I can see because I'm one of the moderators, but or I think this part is not shown. I don't know. I'm not sure how it works. Let's see. So here's all your files. What you're going to want to do is create a zip file from this, which I think I use 7-zip because it's the easiest thing, but is there a way to compress just automatically using... Whatever. I use 7-zip. That's what I'm doing. Add to goforit.zip. Make sure that it has the folder in there because that'll make life easier for anybody who's playing this. And then you take that zip file. I'm gonna just copy the thing here. So add file, select zip file, Control P, go for it.zip, and then click. Oh, I didn't add a song to it. That's fine for now. I'll go back and change that later. But I agree to the terms. Upload, and because the file is only 13 kilobytes, it uploads almost immediately. And then, yeah, there you go. It exists. Now, if you wanted to play it, you download it, and then you open the zip file, and then you drag this into your Love Custom folder. Oops, it already exists, and then you're done. And that's the whole process. There's nothing more to it. I hope that this has been enough to point you in the right direction. Hopefully somebody has taken this and edited it down to be less rambly and silly. I feel like we covered the majority of how to do this in the very beginning of the tutorial, so hopefully people watch that part. And I hope you make levels for this because I really want to play levels made by other people. I enjoy playing my own game. It would be more fun if I was playing new things that I didn't make in it. And so now we have 5 levels. Well, one of them's just the first level of love. That doesn't count. We've got 4 levels that are brand new to the game because of this. And that's fun and exciting. I am going to go and clean my house now. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out while I did this. And I hope to play your levels sometime in 2023. And Happy New Year's. See you later.